Did you know that some of the most exquisite artworks in the world were stolen during a violent raid? We are talking about the Benin bronzes, masterpieces of African art, and the dark history behind their presence in Western museums. Today, we are diving into the truth of what really happened. The Kingdom of Benin, located in present-day Nigeria, flourished for centuries. By the 15th century, it was a powerful and highly organized state, renowned for its sophisticated artistry. The Oba, or king, held immense power, overseeing a complex society with skilled artisans, warriors, and traders. The Benin bronzes are not actually all bronze. Many are made of brass. These plaques, sculptures, and figures were crafted by master artisans using the lost wax casting technique, a process passed down through generations. They adorned the royal palace, depicting scenes of court life, religious rituals, and historical events. Each piece served as a record of the kingdom's history and a testament to its artistic prowess. In 1897, the British launched a punitive expedition against the Kingdom of Benin. This brutal invasion was triggered by the killing of a British delegation, although the Oba claimed they were warned not to enter the city during a religious ceremony. Whatever the true reason, the British saw this as an opportunity to assert their dominance and seize control of the region's resources. The British forces, armed with superior weaponry, easily overwhelmed the Benin army. They stormed Benin city, looting and burning the palace and other important buildings. It was a calculated act of destruction, aimed at crushing the kingdom's power and erasing its cultural identity. The British soldiers systematically looted thousands of artworks, including the Benin bronzes. These treasures were taken as spoils of war and shipped back to Britain. Many were sold off to museums and private collectors across Europe and America. The dispersal of the Benin bronzes marked a tragic loss for the Kingdom of Benin and its people. These artworks, once integral to their cultural and spiritual life, were now scattered across the globe, displayed as trophies of colonial conquest. The Benin bronzes ended up in some of the world's most prestigious museums, including the British Museum in London, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, and the Ethnological Museum of Berlin. For decades, these institutions profited from displaying looted art, while the descendants of the artists and rulers who created them were denied access to their heritage. The question of ownership has been a subject of intense debate for decades. Should these stolen artifacts remain in Western museums, or should they be returned to their rightful owners in Nigeria? Arguments in favor of keeping the bronzes in Western museums often cite the need for preservation, accessibility, and the belief that these institutions can provide a wider audience for African art. However, these arguments ignore the fundamental injustice of their acquisition. The Kingdom of Benin endured in some form despite the looting of its treasures, and the heart of Benin culture persisted amongst its people. In recent years, there has been growing pressure on Western museums to address the issue of looted art and to consider the ethical implications of holding onto artifacts acquired through violence and exploitation. The restitution movement has gained momentum, with activists, scholars, and government officials calling for the return of the Benin bronzes and other stolen cultural treasures. Nigeria has been at the forefront of this movement, demanding the repatriation of its cultural heritage. The campaign has seen some success. Several museums have pledged to return Benin bronzes to Nigeria, including institutions in Germany, France, and the United States. However, the process is often slow and complex, involving legal hurdles, logistical challenges, and resistance from some institutions reluctant to relinquish their holdings. The return of the Benin bronzes is not just about giving back stolen objects. It's about acknowledging the injustices of colonialism, repairing historical wounds, and empowering African communities to reclaim their cultural heritage. It's about recognizing the value of African art and history, not as relics of the past, but as living traditions that continue to shape the present and future. As more and more Benin bronzes are returned to Nigeria, there is a growing need for infrastructure and resources to properly care for and display these treasures. The Edo Museum of West African Art, currently under construction in Benin City, is envisioned as a world-class institution that will house and showcase the repatriated artworks, providing a space for education, research, and cultural preservation. The story of the Benin bronzes is a reminder of the destructive legacy of colonialism and the ongoing struggle for cultural justice. By confronting the truth of what really happened, we can begin to heal the wounds of the past and build a more equitable future for all. What will happen to the bronzes once they are returned? Will they be used as a means to educate and inspire future generations? Will the museums that once housed them change their policies on restitution? The future of the Benin bronzes is still being written, but one thing is clear: their return represents a powerful step towards reclaiming African history and celebrating African artistic achievement.